Hi, everyone. It's Kelly Donahue Piro here. And I want to talk a little bit about something that I learned today on a podcast that was just so powerful to me. Let's admit the world is a dumpster fire. We've got fires, hurricanes, Supreme Court nominations, presidential elections. We have pandemics there, and then we all have our own personal stuff going on. So the world is a crazy place. But something I learned today, I just felt was so powerful. And we face it when we train people too. There's sometimes I go in to train people and I'm like, okay, I've got my boxing stance up. I've done kickboxing before. I know I can get there because I know I'm gearing up for a fight because when I speak and I work with people, they are not listening to hear. And what you really need to be thinking about is as the world goes on and there's a lot of polarization, I think that that's one of the hardest things we have going on right now is how polarizing the world truly is. And I'm just pulling up a quote so I can get it right. And so what I've learned is I have my own beliefs and other people are as passionate as me about their beliefs. And so who's right or who's wrong? There's no Judge Judy in life, although it'd be funny if she was walking around telling us all who's right and who's wrong. But what I learned is that if they're as passionate about their beliefs, I need to listen to learn. I need to check my ego, be humble, and stop for a second and say to myself, they're super passionate. I'm passionate. Why don't I stop and understand their perspective on things? May not ultimately agree with it, but I can understand why they feel that way. And a lot of the hatred and negativity goes away. I'm going to apply this in an agency now. If you're a leader, I hear this all the time. I tell them, I'm getting so mad. I'm so frustrated. Why can't they just listen? Why don't they do what I say? And I hear this. And what I'm telling you is sometimes you need to listen to learn. Many times we're quick starts as owners of businesses, so we can solve problems like, oh, okay, I'll take care of that. Boom, 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 boom. But for people in the working position, that's not necessarily their personality type. You might be needing to listen to learn. What are their struggles? Maybe they need to vent for a minute and they go back and become the most productive person. Maybe they have a different personality type where they're so analytical that they're on the wrong seat on the bus for asking for efficiency. Maybe they're more of a sales personality and you're asking them to do detailed work. I mean, I can go down the list. There's probably 7 bajillion different things. But when you stop and you say, let's listen to learn, you have a deeper relationship with a valuable employee that you can figure that out. Now, team members and agencies, you need to do the same thing. You know, the other day I was on a webinar or a video call with agents, and it was like, well, we're so busy. We're too busy. We're too busy. And I just kept saying, what are we so busy doing that we can't make recommendations to people to protect what they work hard for? What is more important than that? And the answer was nothing. So they could listen to hear the bigger picture, but the details are I haven't peed this morning because the phone won't stop ringing. There's 7 billion things I have to do, and I want to crush the tasks versus think about the outcome. Or I get stuck quoting something that is outside the box, outside the wheelhouse, but it's for a client and it's a log cabin in Maine with grizzly bears and trampolines and pit bulls, but it's a client. So we need to go and figure this out. And so instead of listening to learn, we put our head down and we get so worked up about it versus just calling an underwriter or using our channels of saying, has anyone else figured this out? We instead go down deep. And what I'm asking everyone to do to listen to learn is we can all be better, but it takes two things. We got to check our ego. Ego, bye-bye, see you, bye. We all have one, even if you don't think about it. And we also have to check our pride that maybe we know everything. The idea isn't that we know everything. The idea is we can keep getting better and better and better. I always say, I am a constant work in progress because if this is the best I am, shoot, check me out right now. I got nothing. That's not how I want to live my life. And I don't think that's how you do either. So I'm going to encourage you guys, listen to learn and really get good at that. And every time you start feeling yourself getting that like, I want to punch you because of your feelings and your beliefs and what you think, stop and say, let me hear your point of view. It could just be a misunderstanding. And a lot of times what I find is we're closer together than we really think. It's just a few sticking points. So let's all be better neighbors to each other and to your trainer too. If you're working with me, that'd be cool. I don't want to go into things with boxing matches or bulletproof vests. I appreciate that. We'll see you guys tomorrow.